live now.
Okay, so I've been here for the last 1 hour, but we took snippets, little videos, which we're going to share with you later. I'm at Kenyatta University Hospital. We were here about a week or two ago with the health committee. They're looking for funds to operationalize this investment. It's an 8 billion to 10 billion investment given the exchange rates. The facility was supposed to be actually launched by the president in June last year, but that didn't happen. I believe that with 1 billion shillings, this hospital could start working. It has 600 beds. It's got private wings. It's got it's a facility that the entire Africa will be using. It's a facility that will see the influx of people and patients going to India reduced tremendously. It's a facility that we could end up benchmarking universal healthcare in Kenya and across the continent. For me, I think CS Rotich, CS Cicely Kariuki, we need to make sure we find the money and operationalize this hospital to actually see a hospital and an investment facility like this where you have lecture rooms, you have accommodation for staff, you've got the latest state-of-the-art equipment, laundries, kitchens, oxygen plants, all generators, everything just sitting idle because we can't find $1 billion is actually shameful. If we're in leadership and we care about cancer and specialized illnesses that require treatment, and we care about the human resource to operationalize not just this hospital but get universal healthcare going. I've said that this facility here is better than what you have for Nairobi University, better than what you have for Nairobi Hospital, MP Shah, Aga Khan. The facility that we have here is unbelievable, and we need to operationalize it. And this will be where we benchmark treatments and we spearhead universal healthcare. So I'm appealing to the president to actually look into why this facility for the last 1 year this investment has been sitting idle, yet we're repaying the debt. We want human resource, and for that we need to have trained doctors. We cannot rely on imported doctors. I believe that if we operationalize this hospital, we will solve so many problems. So Kenyatta University Hospital, I'm here to ensure that it gets the funding that it needs. 1 billion shillings, we can afford it. We've got so many cancer patients suffering on the highway. We need to, in the various informal settlements, we can start with them, offering fantastic treatment to them because they cannot afford to go to India. They cannot afford to suffer as much as they've suffered. So between NHIF, between the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Finance, and the university, I think that this particular unit should be operationalized. So we visited the whole hospital. I'll share the various clips. Right now, we are actually at the learning center, the university academic side, right? And I am with. Introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Junior Patrick Karige, the project manager for the Kenyatta University Hospital. Now we are entering the medical school. This is our the 17th department. And we'll see
Just before we step in, for how long has the hospital been ready?
The hospital was ready last year June, not this year. And I've been waiting for the funding so that we can commence the operations.
Okay, let's go. Wow. What we need now is students to get in here, and the students to start learning with the latest state-of-the-art equipment. You know, the latest classrooms, all right? Operationalize the hospital, give our students the best in terms of learning facilities. Okay, careful here. Wow, look at that. I'd love to be a student here. Look at that. That is so amazing. That is so beautiful. When the gardens take shape, and they actually have taken shape, so these are the various lecture halls, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so can we see one?
Can you see one?
Yes.
Administrative wing, one?
Yeah,
Let's go in.
yes.
Okay.
Which
How
one?
do we go?
Yeah,
We
key.
start here.
Key are open to all. No key.
No key to this.
Bring the key.
Oh, he's going to bring the key.
Don't
Okay.
open this one, eh?
Yes.
So what
We
we
will
do
bring all the keys.
just explain, madam,
Yeah.
is that we got every wing like this, with the center room was supposed to be the preparation lab. One side to be the conferencing. Remember when we talked about the internet connectivity. We'll be learning even whatever
Yes,
is going on in the
exactly.
school.
Yeah.
Then we got the principal. Then on this side, we got the library or archives for the putting.
For the particular
Yeah,
subject.
for the particular department.
Yes.
This is one department.
one of the 17 medical departments, all dealing with different subjects.
Everybody will be having a study area where we got the dean, we got the support staff, and we got...
so give me an example of, when you say 17, give me an example of 2 or 3 departments.
We got pharmacy,
okay.
Pharmacy, anatomy, and medicine. Yes.
Okay. All right. I mean, yeah. I just think, okay, I know you specialize in different things, so you probably have gynecology and...
Where we got the gyno, surgical, oncology, the cancer center, and all the other facilities now.
Okay, fantastic. And I can see you've got surveillance cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So the libraries will be specific to the particular
we have
subject.
No, this is a department now. This is the pharmacy department.
Yes.
We'll have their own storage space. We go to the surgical department and put on a library. We go to anatomy. Just got its own.
Fantastic. So everything is ready. All we're waiting for is money to afford.
Actually, this building became ready in 2015.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. It was
Can you
ready in
imagine?
2015.
So 2015, the building became ready. Okay, so we've basically gone round. We'll share the videos later. The whole idea is to look at this facility that really should have been launched last year in June, and it wasn't. We need maximum of 1 billion shillings to operationalize it. The government can actually find the money to give Kenyatta University Hospital so that they can actually start giving the students the best lectures, hiring the doctors and the nurses, the staff that they need, getting the professionals to manage the hospital. I've seen that they have a vision to make sure that this hospital is one of the best run hospitals in the region. It's going to focus on oncology and cancer. We've got a lot of cancer, we've got a lot of patients going abroad, and I believe we'll also be able to collect data because they've already digitized the entire hospital. That's why you can be having a surgery on the other side and a lecture going on where they're seeing what's going on and learning from it. So for this continent, this is something that all other countries in the continent will actually come and benchmark. As I said, it's better than Nairobi Hospital, Aga Khan, and Mpisha, and which offer private facilities, which are very, very expensive. So I believe that we will actually bring the cost of medical down, because here they'll be looking to cover costs, make enough profits just to pay back their loans, and at the end of the day, we're teaching. You know, you've got the equipment here, you've got the infrastructure, but more than that, you've got a center that will actually bring excellent medical staff, the human resource component. And universal healthcare without human resources is a pipe dream.
Honorable Woman Rep, you spoke about this facility helping Kenyans, especially when it comes to cancer treatment, because a lot of Kenyans do not have money to go all the way to India. So how will this hospital help?
Well, I think once it's a 600-bed hospital. I mean, at the end of the day, I think we can make a deal with NHIF that, you know, we cover all the patients that we have. Some of them with dire needs. Everywhere on the highway, you see a woman or a man or a child with a huge growth, right? The hospital will have a CSR component and take some of these patients, because at the end of the day, there's not only learning, but there's also the human side of it. I mean, how many Kenyans will have to die on roadside and we just look at them and disfigured, and yet we have a facility here that can start treating them. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, the doctors will need to be doing the work, and until Kenyans themselves realize that we've got this facility that is great and it's offering you everything that you get in India, then we will treat the Kenyans that we have to treat, you know, and learn from it.
Yeah, actually it is, because the way I would design it is that we have to attract now the medical tourism from the region and cutting out our citizens going to areas like India, South Africa, and wherever they were going for treatment. You can do it here. Because they say to others, we are doing what we call the telemedicine, that should be able to consult even on the operation bed.
Okay, so this is just one room.
This is one room, for the principal. This is for the preparation lab, when you want to do small operations. But the main labs are in the hospital, on the other side, and the last one is the control.
So we know what we want to do with the rooms, the various rooms. We have a plan for the lecture halls, but we haven't equipped them yet.
Yeah, we have all the, but because the equipment for the lab are those items,
Yes.
and they need to be
To operationalize the classroom. The lecture halls are here, are ready, are in storage, waiting for us to actually get started. So all we need is, let's do this. Let's operationalize Kenyatta University Hospital. Okay, so.
Have you opened the main one here? You went home to sleep or what?
What you can do, you can walk through the hospital.
They open it, then you can pass it.
You can pass here.
Oh, where are they looking for the key? Okay, fantastic.
Then
All right. Okay.
Open everything. This room. Open.
But are they equipped?
No, they are just space.
Okay, no, just the spaces.
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we basically said that we've got all the equipment to all the requirements to basically get the 17 lecture halls operational, right? Connected with the main hospital. We'll go to the main hospital. So all we need right now is the money, and then we bring everything from storage because it's delicate equipment, and the books, the computers, the tables, everything. We just need to get the hospital operationalized. And then that there's 17 lecture rooms. So imagine every specialist, every area, there'll be lectures that are conducted with real-time connection with the hospital. I think to this country will want to visit. This will be something that we should students here so that they can get the first, and then we can wrap up. Tell them it's okay. Once we've got the money, we'll come back once we've got the money.
We've got the money.
Yeah, so that we can start. The work. Wow, look how beautiful this place is. All right, can you imagine if it had life? First of all, we're saving lives, but just imagine the activity when you see the doctors and you see the lecturers, and you see the students, and then you have the patients there. Look at that beautiful hospital. How can it be sitting idle? Are we really serious as a country about universal healthcare? This is the hospital that has 600 beds, okay? Private, VIP, you've even got a pad for bringing in patients who come in with air ambulance, all right? So I believe that if this hospital is operationalized, what will happen is eventually they've got enough land to probably put in another few beds, all right? Maybe make it a 2,000 bed. Then we need to really renovate, shut down, and restart Kenyatta National Hospital, because really Kenyatta National Hospital has a lot of challenges, a lot of problems, and it's nowhere near this hospital. I think over the years we've strained it, and it's time for us to actually admit that we need to have a model hospital, and this is the model hospital. Kenyatta has done its time. It's got too many challenges, and I believe that as we're thinking of privatizing, specializing, this is the benchmark. This is it.
Mama, you need to promote the hashtag operationalise K when you're speaking.
I think you had a very nice caption for the theater, for the ICU. Last visit.
Yes.
Very nice.
So what is this? This is the accident.
This is now the accident and emergency.
Accident and emergency.
Yeah.
All right.
And itself completes a complete hospital, as I said. Consultation rooms, trauma, resuscitation, observation, X-ray. Then we've got a theater, major theater, and recovery ward of 9 beds, plus a complete pharmacy.
Wow, look how beautiful it looks. It's amazing. No, we need to hear ambulances coming in, going out. We need to see happy patients and families leaving. We need to see the facility working. We need to see students learning. We need to celebrate universal healthcare as finally taking off. For the major, universal healthcare is about the poor, the most vulnerable, the citizens of this country that really we promised under the Bill of Rights to give them the best healthcare. Wow, look at that hospital. This is, look, take a picture of all the various, okay, look, once I get them the money for operationalizing this hospital, I'm going to have a ward in my name, okay? I want a legacy here.
See, there is an open space down there.
Yes, there is. There's a space. Yeah. Okay, look at it. Joseph Wigai wing. Nilsson Awori. Oh wow, there are warriors already in here. Wow, can't compete with that. I mean, this is it. Okay, let's just do a quick rush through. All right?
We go to the theater,
Wherever,
ICU,
yes.
imaging.
Perfect. Look at that. Take the hallways. So, does Nilsson Awori know that he has a wing named after him?
Entrance now to outpatients.
So, the lights. Okay, our patients. Eventually we'll get some Swahili writing in there. Yeah? Thanks for Chinese. Nurse station, A&E, pharmacy. Yeah, we need to move the drugs from KEMSA to KU, University Hospital. All right? Some of them are actually expiring there while our patients are dying. The nurse station.
The nursing, that's the resuscitation.
What have you captured here?
They are captured. This one. That will be the trauma center.
Trauma center,
And that will be the
observation.
Yes, but
Trauma,
you put the curtain, you
observation.
can see they put the curtains.
Yeah, the
already.
rails are there
Yeah,
already
the
for the
rails are there.
curtain. The curtains are in storage. All we're waiting for is operationalizing money.
So the gases that we saw the other side.
Yes,
You can see now the
can see the
reticulation,
ports,
the
yeah.
gases now.
Yeah.
That's where they all
They're coming on here.
all the gases that we need are coming through here.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that.
So you can see the
And then learn, because our students are IT staff in universal healthcare.
every patient has got his own
Exactly. And that's,
data center which is
yeah,
collecting
that's what they were thinking of when they were thinking of digitizing, and they've put 5 billion. So all I'm saying is let's give 1 billion here. We got the money, it's in the budget. Let's give 1 billion here. This is already digitized, you know, and let's see how this works, and then let's benchmark from here, you know.
So from there,
Yeah.
is it
This
a
one,
No, you don't have
then we'll use the main X-ray.
the main area. This one, madam, is a mounted X-ray
Yes.
system.
Yes.
So when you come down here on the stretcher, you don't stand. You'll be able to move around your body and take the X-ray when the doctor has
You know, I mean, I was,
Specifically meant for emergencies.
yes,
Whereby any
Well,
patient who is coming in.
who is in a position where he cannot stand or move or whatever. So you can actually do like a 360.
go around.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Which way?
Then from here, you go to. What about the CCTV room? Is it open? No.
This one.
We got the CCTV room.
All right, so digitized already. See, fingerprint. All right, and let's operationalize this so we can learn. Yeah.
Still configuring.
You remember, Mama, there was that case in Kenyatta.
They're still configuring this.
Okay, so this is your surveillance. Security issues in Kenyatta National Hospital. So can you imagine? Here, it's completely digitized. This hospital, so that we can actually benchmark from here. As I said, this hospital facility, Kenyatta University Hospital, is better than Nairobi Hospital, it's better than Aga Khan, it's better than MP Shah. Kenyans are paying humongous amounts of money. This hospital is going to bring the medical costs down. This hospital is going to save a lot of lives. We're going to pick out all those patients that have got cancer, tumors that can't afford, work with NHIF and give them treatment. The NHIF should have a CSR component. So I really honestly believe that we need to operationalize this. So my idea is to make sure that the president understands that this needs a directive. We've got money in the cancel all that and actually
You can look at yourself. You can
okay.
see- You remember we had that
Okay, hold on. Let's just take you to see another theatre. There are about 6 theatres like this, right? 6?
No, we are going to better talk about the
It looks like, you know, hospitals. I remember when I was young, we used to have a show called Dr. King Dead. And yeah, so what is this? Where
This is the recovery room from when you come from the theater, you're healthy until you recover.
with all that.
Because the gases for the six bed. And you can see what the nurse is saying.
So the nurse is able to actually, look at this. When you're in the theater, when you're in this recovery room, after you've had your surgery, the nurses are seeing you, right? They're looking right through and watching you. Amazing, amazing. Where are we going?
I see you.
Thank you.
I see you.
We are back. You know, they are watching. The Chinese, they already got the link.
They got it?
They do a good job. They've constructed well, but you see, they've only done a good job because the university had a vision that it wanted to deliver on. Because you see, a supplier gives you what you yourself want. And if you're strict about what you want in terms of quality and standards, you about what he wanted to achieve with the hospital. Okay.
I see you.
I see you, okay? Wow, look at this, okay? I tell you, I've been in hospitals in Europe, okay? This is better than most of the hospitals I've seen in Europe. Take a shot on that side. How many people can you house here? 24?
24.
Yeah, I remember that.
21 in open and then 3 in
21 open and 3 HDU. Isolation wards, okay. So those are isolation.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
The HDU have got 10 beds. On top of this, you've got
I never understand, which one is more serious, HDU or ICU?
ICU is the most serious.
Okay.
That one is on transit, either to go back to the ward or on transit to be brought in this.
Who, the HDU?
Yeah, the HDUs.
High dependency unit is in between ICU and the general ward.
Fantastic. Okay, so why is this sitting idle? Cicely Kariuki, when they came to you and asked you to help them so they can operationalize, I think you should have toured the hospital. So I've toured it for you, and I'm going to actually tell you that this hospital is worth the visit, this hospital is worth the billion shillings. We need to operationalize Kenyatta University Hospital. Rotate, we have the money, let's find it, let's do this. We write out so much bad debt, most of it corrupt debt. We need to actually do something here. Let's get our students to learn, let's get our patients to be treated, let's get our doctors to be trained. We've got to do this. If the president wants universal health care, how are we going to achieve it? We can't achieve it with Kenyatta National Hospital. Let's not fool ourselves. Kenyatta National Hospital needs to be overhauled, and the standard is at Kenyatta University Hospital. So let's set this hospital, let's get it running, let's get our doctors trained, our students trained. We will be benchmarked across the continent. All right? What the facility that I'm seeing here should not be sitting idle for a year. From June last year, the president was supposed to commission it. Surely we can find a billion shillings. We have no choice, okay? Because Kenyans are dying. Kenyatta is overstretched. Kenyatta needs an overhaul. And you've got grounds here to actually end up putting probably 5,000 beds around this facility. And all the university hospitals, universities that offer medical can actually train their students here. So why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we prioritizing this? Why are we actually just sitting around and doing what? This is what we have to do. Give Kenyatta University Hospital the money to save the lives of Kenyans, to take off universal health care. The president needs to understand that we're sleeping on the job. We are sleeping on the job. And I'm going to bring you pictures of Kenyans who are sitting on the roadside with massive tumors. All right? This hospital will have a CSR component. Those Kenyans who can't afford between NHIF and this hospital, we will actually do that. We will collect data because it's already digitized. Okay, within the 8 billion that constructed the entire facility, the entire hospital is digitized. So why are we looking for 5 billion to digitize manual hospitals? We've got the money, it's approved, let's shift it, let's bring it here, okay? Let's bring it here. God knows why he put me in the health committee. Kenyan lives cannot be taken for granted anymore. So we've got to do this, okay? I'm looking for the money. I'm gonna tag the president. You know, the thing is, reality, okay, the president has a vision for this country, all right? He really has a vision for this country, universal healthcare. And it's the people that he's appointed in ministries, like health, all right, like finance, all right, like education, that actually should be his eyes and ears on the ground. So now with the handshake, I'm your woman rep, and I'm out here at this hour of the night doing what? Trying to show you that there's a hospital. Wow, look at those facilities. Turn away from me. Look at those facilities. All right? There's a hospital that needs to be operationalized. Okay, so this is high dependency unit. Okay, look at this, high dependency unit. We have patients that need this facility. All right? Patients, some of them are going into private hospitals that are charging them so much money. Let's operationalize Kenyatta University Hospital. We got to do this yesterday. If you have the money, transfer it. Get them to start working. We don't need this hospital transferred to the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Health has enough issues. This hospital needs professional management. They've got a debt to pay with the World Bank. The government is already paying it. So we're paying a debt and we have no income. That is bad governance. That is bad accounting. I'm not an accountant. But you know what? When you have an investment, you need a return on investment. So you need sales, you need revenue, you need income. And right now, all you're doing is paying a debt. Are we that rich that we can actually let this become a white elephant? Time, operationalize. I mean, what time is it right now? What time is it right now? 7 o'clock. I should be at home with my son, okay? I'm here because this is important, all right? The hospital wants to start operation. The university has done wonders for this country. Let's give them all the backup they need to operationalize this hospital. This facility is better than most facilities I've seen in Europe. I mean it. I've been to Princess Margaret Hospital, you know, where the Queen goes, and it's nothing like this. It's amazing. It's amazing. This is what you call visionary leadership that reaches blockages with leaders that have no vision, all right, who are put in public offices and don't actually care to get down to the ground and understand that this cannot go to waste. 1 year, how many, can you imagine if you had a patient on every bed over the last 1 year, how many patients, you know, would you have saved with 600 beds? I mean, this is ridiculous. Yeah, that's fine. We'll equip the kitchen, yeah? Okay, so look at this. All this facility, and this is not even the whole hospital, all right? This hospital needs to have lives saved. This hospital needs to employ Kenyans. This hospital needs to give us hope in terms of universal health care. This hospital needs to train our various students in the 17 lecture halls. So, we need to get this hospital operationalized. Mr. President, I'm coming, I'm going to take you on this, and I'm going to find a way to get into State House, okay? We need to find $1 billion shillings. We need them to find the best management, all right? The royal family for a hospital. We have to operationalize this. That will pay us back with profit. And I'm Mama County for Nairobi, so I want, because this city has got it's the largest county. It's got a lot of sick people, you know, and I would love the sick people to, and this is it. It cannot be sitting idle. Yeah. Look, you know what? You guys are patriotic Kenyans, all right? And I want universal healthcare starts at Kenyatta University Hospital.
And actually, the brain.
Yeah, because apparently he's so to speak. I'm supposed to guide him. We've got elevators everywhere. Thank you so much. Wow, look at this. Take a view. Run ahead of us. Look at that. I mean, look at this. I want to see trolleys. I want to see patients getting healed.
So this first area is where we have the ultrasound systems.
Yeah.
Ultrasonography will be here. This first one.
Ultrasound will be here.
Yes. And next is endoscopy.
Endoscopy will be there. I mean, look, the plastic. I need all this plastic removed. I need the patients in here. I need the doctors in here. I need the students in here. I mean, wow. Just look at the corridors. You know, from everywhere we're walking, if the door is open, you can see so much more. Look ahead. Are you looking at the whole corridor, the whole line? Forget about me.
So the case here is the X-ray.
X-ray. Okay.
Now, that one we have a clear solution with the aspect of being digital, being paperless. So all these hospitals can be connected with the,
You see, like, I went to Mama Lucy, I wanted to do an MRI.
Yeah.
They said that once I do the MRI, they have to send the paper to Nairobi hospital or another hospital, or Kenyatta, have it analyzed and sent back to me, all right? So here, everything's electronic, everything's
electronic,
digitized.
yes.
No paper, no prints,
No
no
paper, no
nothing,
prints.
unless you want it.
Yeah.
Like in Europe, you know, you get a CD.
yes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
this is the whole concept.
Raymond, are you struggling?
Yes?
Are you struggling?
Yeah, with network issues.
Am I going to kill you when I get to the house and look at what you've been doing?
No.
I'm not going to kill you. All right.
So here we have the mammography, we have the CT scan and MRI. This is the mammo room.
Mammo room, yeah. Okay, for breast cancer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's for breast cancer.
Okay, and breast cancer, yeah, is a problem. I mean, I'm assuming that you've got your price lists out, you've looked at the market, you've benched yourself between the expensive private sector and.
Actually, if you look at our pricing, we looked at Kenyatta National Hospital and the private sector.
Now,
And,
this is an MRI machine. Okay, stay where you are. I mean, look at this. It's running because if it's not running, it will be damaged.
Yes.
Okay, come and explain that because I want those cuckoo heads who bought all these MRI machines to send to the various hospitals that don't have electricity and they're sitting in warehouses to know that those MRI machines are basically going to be ruined and the cost of actually getting them to kick off again is going to cost a lot more. So, tell me about this.
Yeah, this is an MRI, 1.5 Tesla, and it uses active magnet. Active magnet means it has to be powered for the magnet to continue working. For that to happen, there is a very high level of sensitivity that you have to manage, and it works under controlled environment for you to be able to manage that. For that to happen, helium gas is used to maintain those low temperatures. So for this thing to continue working, that helium system needs to continue to manage that environment. Otherwise, any slight rise in the temperature will lead to helium evaporating. By helium evaporating, the whole system will get damaged and shut.
And we're talking Philips, the best for the public, the best for universal healthcare. All right? I mean, that's what, another one?
This is a CT scan.
A CT scan, yeah. I mean, we got 64 slice.
This
You've
is
got
128.
128, you're looking at 250,
256.
256.
We have two rooms here. We will give the first one from the facility, which is 128. There is the additional room, which will accommodate 256. For the
Broken. How can all this tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, Rotich just says, Passaris.
Teach and come through here.
You know what? Kenyatta National Hospital has a problem. The nurses, they're not even on. They you can start even. I mean, look, if you work 24 hours. 3 months.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so let's see. Birthday is when? 26th of what? Your birthday, the best birthday for yourself, is launching this hospital on the 26th of, is it 26th of October?
It's 26th of October because we see all that.
He's a Scorpio, yeah? He's 26th of October.
is the linear accelerator room. That is where you treat cancer through radiation. So in that room, it's very critical considering where we are in terms of the cancer situation now, because we have 3 modes of cancer treatment: radiotherapy, chemotherapy, or surgery. And most patients go in for radiotherapy because of its effectiveness. In the country as we stand, we have very few, I think not more than 5 that are operating. And this system coming on is really helping working on this problem that we have currently.
Okay, so we were there. I think we got pictures of the equipment, which we will share. We couldn't do a live feed because the walls are
Very
2.5 meters
thickness.
thick to prevent
Radiation.
our cancer patients. I mean, we have to get this facility up and running. I mean, this is a marathon. Imagine, this is massive. Hussein, unaamini kuna hospitali kama hii Kenya? Huh? Ni big.
No, we think we are in America.
Huh? Look at the corridors as you're walking. You can see.
Yeah, we just want to come and
Oh, amazing. So we're back at reception. Wow. Postnatal and antenatal. What is NICU?
neonatal ICU, the one we saw for the babies.
Okay. Dental unit. Okay, you can also have fantastic dental works.
We've got 5 dental chairs.
I'm getting a word in my name.
Sure.
So that one is going to come. I'm going to be. I'm going to have to on this today.
So part of the ICU equipment are all kept in there.
Inside here.
Ones that are waiting to go installed.
Ah.
Most of them.
Okay, calling you now.
You know, you bring me back.
Drink.